33.
Ukraine shows off military skills with masterful strike blowing Russia tank to pieces. Ukraine has destroyed a Russian tank in the southern regions of the conflict in a masterful display of precision striking. Footage released on social media showed a Russian BTRD being blown up as a result of artillery strikes by the Ukrainian 28th Mechanized Brigade in Kherson Oblast. The Ukrainian brigade can be seen aiming at the tank, locking onto their target, before a more distant view shows the tank up in flames. It follows a renewed Ukrainian offensive against Russia using US-supplied long-range rocket launchers. The tank the brigade took out is a Soviet airborne multi-purpose tracked armored personnel carrier. It is state-of-the-art Russian equipment designed without a turret to carry more heavily equipped troops inside. The 28th Brigade is currently fighting their second battle against Russia after participating in the First War in 2014. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky awarded them the title 28th Separate Mechanized Brigade, named after the Knights of the First Winter Campaign, for their fighting in 2014. The successful strikes came as Ukraine launched long-range rocket attacks on Russian forces in southern Ukraine and destroyed an ammunition store, its military said, as Russia continued to pound the country's east. The strike on Novokakhovka in the Kherson region killed 52 people, Ukraine's military said on Tuesday. The town's Russia-installed authorities said that at least 7 people had been killed and around 70 injured, Russia's TASS news agency reported. The strike came after Washington supplied Ukraine with advanced HIMARS mobile artillery systems which Kyiv says its forces are using with growing efficiency. Based on the results of our rocket and artillery units, the enemy lost 52 people, and Stabi howitzer, a mortar and 7 armored and other vehicles, as well as an ammunition depot in Novokakhovka, Ukraine's Southern Military Command said in a statement. The area is of strategic importance because of its Black Sea access, once thriving agricultural industry, and location just north of Russian-annexed Crimea. An official from the Russian-backed local administration said that Ukraine had used the HIMARS missiles and that they had destroyed warehouses containing salpetri, a chemical compound that can be used to make fertilizer or gunpowder. Vladimir Leontiev, head of the Russia-installed Kakhovka District Military Civilian Administration, was quoted by TASS as saying, "There are still many people under the rubble. The injured are being taken to the hospital, but many people are blocked in their apartments and houses." He said that warehouses, shops, a pharmacy, gas stations, and a church had been hit. Meanwhile, Russia continued to pound eastern Ukraine in an effort to gain control of Donetsk province and the entire industrial Donbass region. Moscow earlier this month captured Luhansk province, which makes up the rest of the Donbass. Ukraine is bracing for what it expects will be a massive new Russian offensive in the east. Regional Donetsk Governor Pavlo Kirilenko said there was a significant buildup of Russian troops, particularly in the Bakhmut and Seversky areas, and around Sloviansk and Kramatorsk. The entire front line in the region was under constant shelling as Russian troops tried to break through, but they were being repelled, he said. Further east in Donbass, Ukrainian forces launched a massive airstrike on an air defense unit in Luhansk, pro-Russian militia officer Andrei Marachko said in his Telegram channel, according to TASS news agency. Russian soldiers have been filmed looking terrified as they drive past their own destroyed tanks abandoned by the side of the road. Russian soldiers were exposed to the devastation wrought by Ukrainian forces as footage showed at least 3 BMD infantry fighting vehicles and 2 armored personnel carriers of the Russian VDV airborne troops strewn near the dirt track on which the troops were driving near Berestov in Donetsk. One soldier looks terrified as he witnesses the abandoned equipment, while others cling onto the tank and look despondently at the Russian ruins. At least 5 troops can be seen either sitting on or inside the tank as they drive on the dirt track. They round a number of corners, each one revealing another abandoned Russian vehicle. The equipment has been reduced to rubble, scattered across the floor, and abandoned by fleeing Russian forces. The site serves as a terrifying reminder to the attackers that Ukraine holds a formidable army more than capable of repelling the Russian forces. On Thursday, Russia's foreign ministry attacked the United States and Britain for helping train Ukraine's armed forces, calling it part of hybrid warfare being waged by NATO countries against Russia.